Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're making Korean galbi because cooks here. To make this fan favorite Korean galbi, also known as Korean beef short ribs, we scored some LA style ribs that were on sale. This has no affiliation to the city of Los Angeles whatsoever, contrary to popular belief. LA refers to the type of cut of the meat, which is a lateral cut through the bone versus regular galbi. This, in my opinion, is a completely optional thing because I just don't believe in doing it. But Oppa is doing it because lots of people do it to remove blood and impurities during the butchering process. So let's watch him do that. As he says, he's going to soak this for an hour or while we make the marinade. These are the ingredients required for the oh so yummy sauce that these ribs will marinate in. The Korean ingredients you need are soy sauce and sesame oil and cooking wine. The other stuff is pretty common to have, like sugar, apples, onions, kiwi, and garlic. What I read online is that alcohol helps release flavor molecules in foods and assists in dissolving fats, allowing the revelation of unique flavors. It's often used in Korean cooking because it said it gets rid of the overly meaty smell or taste. 비린내 잡는다? I'm not sure what that translates to. Anyway, I would think you can sub in any alcohol like soju or beer. If you don't want alcohol at all, a small amount of vinegar can be used, but keep in mind it can make the meat mushy if left on too long, and alcohol burns off during cooking, so, keep that in mind too. The apples, onions, and kiwi need to be blended. They act as a natural sweetener as well as helping to make the meat tender. I honestly think we use too much here, but you can balance it all out with soy sauce later. This is the first time we tried this, and in subsequent sessions we ended up straining the marinade because the applesaucey texture wasn't that great. But I mean, it's all edible. But yeah, strain all this chunkiness if you can. I love using natural sweeteners from Whole Foods. You'll see later that Oppa does add sugar as well, but you can use a lot less because of the apples and onions. Kiwi is a natural meat tenderizer, and we added it because we had it. Do not add too much kiwi. I have overdone it with kiwi and pineapple before, and it results in dog meat that even my dog wouldn't want to eat. We're almost there, guys. Almost ready for deliciousness. The core ingredient, as is often the case with Korean cooking, is soy sauce. Oppa says he is adding 2 cups. There is no rhyme or reason and no way of knowing what is happening in exact proportions because Oppa doesn't measure anything except with his eyes. He adds 2 cups of water, 1 cup of cooking wine, 1 cup of sugar, which is way off because 1 cup is 16 tablespoons, and as far as I can tell, that's like 4 spoonfuls. But he's really piling it on there, so who knows. You have to taste test it to your preference. And I always like things with less sugar, so I didn't say anything. Also, remember all those apples add a lot of sweetness too. And sesame oil. Can't go wrong with sesame oil, in my opinion. I could seriously drink the stuff. But let's say like a quarter cup of sesame oil. After taste testing, Oppa adds more soy sauce. When you taste it, it should be a bit overly salty, but otherwise you're just looking for balance. Not too sweet, not too flavorless. I mean, I don't know, that's why I don't cook, but it should taste kinda yummy. Like a good movie trailer or teaser, it should hint at deliciousness. We gotta rinse off the blood, and this to me just seems so not right. I was witnessing this bacteria water splashing into the sink and it was just so gross. Yeah, disinfect the sink and all surfaces after. Or don't do it. I personally wouldn't do it. I mean, those Texas barbecue guys definitely don't do this with their huge ass pieces of meat. Okay, it's showtime. Get a container and marinate these beauties. You can use any container that'll submerge the meat you have. Ziploc bags work fine too. This is a container we specifically got to make kimchi and it just happened to be appropriate here too. I would also like to add that this freezes really well. If you portion it out and freeze it, it's a great way to enjoy galbi anytime. You can see how chunky your marinade has become, and this is ideally when you'd strain it through a mesh sieve or something. It's better if the marinade is fully liquid. Ah, live and learn. Make sure every piece gets some love, and it's best to let it sit overnight and let the flavors really soak in. Pan frying is an option to heat these suckers up. I don't prefer it because although it's best to cook the meat on high heat and get some char, the sauce will burn like crazy. This is me cooking some for lunch and I wish it wasn't me because this is the way galbi should not be cooked, but I was really worried about burning it. Also, Oppa told me I shouldn't have added so much sauce. I don't know what I'm doing. I think the absolute most delicious way is on the barbecue. This is why galbi is a popular picnic or summer barbecue food item. It can char in the fire and the sauce just drips down. But it was still too cold when we made it, so it was a no-go. But I definitely highly recommend barbecue grilling. As always, it's a minimalist setup. I cut up some veggies and Korean pepper to dip in gochujang for oppa, rice to feel full, and the main event is the galbi. Kids love the stuff. The sweet and savory combo of sugars and soy sauce are irresistible. My personal favorite way now is to just pop the thing in the oven. I don't have to worry about burning and it gets cooked. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, as my kid taught me the other day. Kids learn funny stuff at school. I can see I'm roasting some cauliflower here, so it must have been like 400 degrees, and I probably cooked it for 30 minutes or so, flipping when halfway through. And the cleanup is simple. I love it. Next time I should try the air fryer. This time we're gonna eat it with rice and seaweed soup. This soup makes me feel like I'm cooking something healthy. And we ate it all week. Cut it up for the little kids, but as I mentioned, it freezes really well. So if you don't feel like galbi every day, just kind of cray because galbi is freaking delicious, you can freeze it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.